All right, for this question here, we have a radical challenge question. And when solving radical equations, what you want to do is square both sides of the equation. So our first step here is we're going to go ahead and square both sides of the equation. Squaring both sides of the equation, we're now going to expand this out. You're going to square the first times second times 2, and then square the last, giving us 2x plus 2 root 6x squared plus 3x equals 5. Now we're going to go ahead and collect like terms here. You can see I can collect up the 2x and the 3x together. You'll notice we can take the x squared out of that square root symbol, giving us 2x in the front here. Notice here that x must be greater than or equal to 0. This original equation is only defined if x is greater than or equal to 0. Had x become negative values here, we'd be taking the square root of a negative number, which does not exist. So in this situation here, we do know that the square root of x squared is exactly equal to x. We do not have to consider the situation where it would be equal to the absolute value of x, and that's because x is greater than or equal to 0 for this radical equation to exist. Going ahead here, I'm going to go ahead and factor out an x, giving us x times 5 plus 2 root x equals 5. Divide this out, and we get x equaling 5 divided by 5 plus 2 root x, and then we're going to go ahead and rationalize the denominator here. You'll notice that you don't want to leave radicals on the bottom, so by taking the conjugate of this, so in this case here we're going to multiply top and bottom by 5 minus 2 root x. We now have forced a difference of squares on the bottom, and now we get x equals 5 times 5 minus 2 root x. And then here you can see here I took the 5 plus 2 root x times the 5 minus 2 root x, ends up being, with your difference of squares, this becomes 5 squared, which is 25, minus the product of these two terms. 2 times 2 is 4, and root 6 times root 6 is 6. So the bottom here we have just 25 minus 24 is 1, and I went ahead and distributed that 5 into this binomial here, giving us 25 minus 10 root x. All right, thank you.